those mandated vaccines. Let's take a listen.
Mandatory vaccinations for school children are pretty much standard. However, each state approaches it in their own way. So in some states, we have exemptions for religious purposes. Some states, no exemptions for any purpose. And in some states, there are exemptions for even personal belief reasons.
Josh Schiffer, is it possible that they could mandate 320 million Americans to take a vaccine?
Absolutely, but really the core issue is the government doesn't have to mandate that. What's taken away our privacy is capitalism and profits. We have sold our information at rock bottom rates to every single electronic device we have. That marketplace is going to force people to vaccinate and to carry health papers. It's going to be, if you want to participate in a market activity, you're going to have to prove you're safe. It's going to be the boardrooms that force this. But yeah, the government can absolutely force people to get a vaccine. There will be exceptions, and I'm sure there'll be some fights. But really, it's not a hill to die on.
Lara, are you at all concerned about the eroding rights and liberties that Americans are seemingly giving up, and a lot of them giving up very willingly?
I'm always worried. I'm always concerned about the erosion of our rights, especially privacy rights. And interestingly, Americans, all of us included, when it's a time when we're scared, whether it be a 9/11 or a pandemic, we're always more willing. It's the perfect time for the government to exploit our fears and basically start slowly taking away more and more of our privacy rights. And it's in those circumstances that we see erosion of rights. And it's scary, I have to tell you. Yes, over the years, maybe we have given up a lot of these rights. To see that more and more of that is going to go away, my goodness, I start wondering, are we going to be living in a brave new world where the government knows everything we're doing? And I agree. I have no idea. None of us know what's going to happen with this information. Now they say we're going to use it to protect the community, and it's for the health and safety of everyone. We're protecting the elderly, anyone whose health is compromised. But what are you really truly doing? How do I know what you're going to do with this later? How long is this going to go on for, by the way? When does it stop?
Why are we waiting for the vaccine? People are dying now. People are dying now, and they're reopening states. So when is life important? Before a vaccine or after? We literally have the tools right now to stop it right now.
But why are we even focusing on a vaccine, by the way? It's not just about vaccines. There's also cures. They can come up with a cure. I'm hoping that scientists out there are working on cures too, and we're not forced to take the vaccine.
It won't be necessary if they would just keep people in. If you want to protect my life, protect it at all times. Don't pick and choose what time you're going to protect my life. Don't pick and choose what time you're going to protect my children's life. You protect it 100% because that is what you signed up for. You don't say it's okay for old people to die and it's okay for younger, it's okay for younger people to suffer. And then at the end of the day say, oh, for equal rights purposes, for the protection of the whole, we're going to have to inoculate you. It makes no sense.
Let me ask you something. Let me jump in here and throw this out. How does the Constitution play in all of this? Because where the government decides everything, I've seen that. It's called China, it's called Cuba, it's called the old Soviet Union. But they don't have the Constitution. We do. So how does the Constitution play into what the government is attempting to do and in telling us where we can go and when we can go there?
Yeah, where's my freedom? Where's my freedom to decide what I'm going to do and how to take care of my family, and balancing that against the common need of the whole population to have vaccination? There's a balance there. You can't shut down the universe. You can't.
But here's the thing. I have a right to kill somebody who goes into my house unintentionally. I have the right to kill them. I have the right to protect my home. But you could come into my body? That makes no sense. The freedom has to be consistent. So you can't say I have a right to shoot somebody who's trying to come into my house, but please feel free to put whatever you want to put into my veins. When we equally have the opportunity to shut this down, we've had plans in place to shut it down.
Absolutely unconnected. The
What do you mean?
vaccination
It
has
is
nothing to do with the shutdown.
It doesn't matter.
Vaccination is a personal sovereignty issue.
The fact that the issue is that the argument is so prevalent because the numbers are so high, so they can really push this vaccination. You're working off of fear. So you're working off of fear now because you garnered all the fear. People are dying in droves. People are in trucks. People are in bodies are in refrigerated trucks right now. Bodies are refrigerated trucks. People can't have funerals. People can't have funerals because they did not shut states down. They are opening
You're right.
They're opening beaches. So my issue is, when was my life important? Is it important now or is it important after the vaccine? Be consistent.
It's important the entire time.
But it isn't, because you're reopening. Here's the thing: the economic hardship should never outweigh a person's life. It should never. That's not the type of country that we live in. It should never outweigh somebody's life. So the fact that we're doing this balancing life, it should never.
All of humanity. So I appreciate the sentiment, but
it's not
our
a sentiment.
political leaders decided not to lock people at home.
There was a playbook bought by.
We shall
Obama
continue this debate.
We had.
I promise you, we shall continue this debate in future programs. But for now, we got to take a short break. When we come back, folks,